This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
We're here on the other side of Chevron. It's actually a very unique opportunity to be able to go to the Kever of Avner ben Ner. I've never been here before. It's not always accessible. Avner ben Ner, of course, was the general of the army of Shaul HaMelech. He was Shaul's general. Binyamin of Tudela describes in 1165 how he came to Chevron, and the prominent places were Maras HaMachpelah and the Kever of Avner ben Ner. And who's Ner? Ner is the uncle of Shaul. So Avner was a cousin of Shaul. After Shaul died, so Avner appoints Ishboishes to be the next king of Israel. But Ishboishes was weak. And Avner then went and he made a treaty with David HaMelech. And as part of that treaty, David HaMelech says, okay, and the idea of Avner of making a treaty with David HaMelech is ultimately David HaMelech would be the next king of Israel. But David recognized that just to take over the Melucha from Ishboishes, that may be construed as being marred b'malchus. So David made the following stipulation. He said, if you give me back Michal, then I'll make a treaty with you. What was David's kavanah in taking Michal? Says the Malbim, David realized that if he makes a treaty with Ishboishes, then that would be construed as marred b'malchus. So this way, if he's able to remarry Michal, now what happened was, when David was running away, they took Michal away from him. So David figures, if he marries Michal now, then people will say that he's not usurping the Melucha from Shaul, he's marrying Shaul's daughter, and he's continuing the Melucha of Shaul. So over here it says, Tes chalakim shel gvura ba'olam, Tes b'Yehuda, that 9 chalakim of gvura in the world, and 9 of them were taken by Yehuda, and Avner was considered the greatest gibar. He said, if he could hold on to the earth, if he could stick his fingers into the earth, he would be able to move planet Earth. That's how strong Avner ben Ner was. Ultimately, he was assassinated by Yoav. Why is Avner Zoichet to be buried in Chevron? Who buried him in Chevron? David HaMelech. But he was assassinated by Yoav. The answer is, who was the one who ultimately defended David and said, Amoini v'lei amoinis mayavis? Avner came to the defense of David HaMelech. And therefore, Chevron is the city of Malchus Beis David. And therefore, in the city of Chevron, we have Avner ben Ner. He's the one who upheld the drasha, Mayavi v'lei mayavis.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.